How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah. We got a good show for you tonight. Glad to see you all came out. I think for now, I'm going to just turn it over to John Batdorf and see what he can do for us. Thank you.
Well, how are you? Good. Me too. It's a little hot for this time of year. But oops, I gotta plug this in. Doggone. Hang on a second. Anyway, this is really one of my favorite places to play. This place is so great. Oh, sorry guys. First gig. I wish I'd have got my check first, you know. All right, let's see if it's working. It's working. Good. You know, I've been doing this for over 50 years and keep thinking, you know, maybe it's just time to stop it. But, you know, these songs just keep coming, and I go, God, I just like writing and recording so much. And you know, with the pandemic, it was so hard to not play, and it's really fun to be back out playing again. So I'm going to play you some songs that I've written, maybe some that I haven't. I'm going to do probably the newer stuff, the first set, and then save the Batdorf and Rodney stuff I wrote when I was just a wee kid. And still remember it, remarkably. That ginkgo stuff really works. It's a song called Mama's Coming Home Tonight. Make your beds and I'll take out the trash. Find that disc of Crosby, Stills and Nash. Put the flowers in the vase. Get those books back in the case. Clean this place up. Mama's coming home tonight. Feed the cat and give the dog a bath. Watch that joke that always made her laugh. Put on your Sunday best. I'll get my best blue jeans pressed. Gotta look fine, 'cause Mama's coming home tonight. But she's been wondering if we've been alright. While she's been recovering, she might be scared to reunite. But Mama's coming home tonight. She may be a little hard to read, so let her know that one thing's guaranteed. We're gonna love her more than we ever did before. We're so glad Mama's coming home tonight. Well, she's been working and she's had to fight. And she's been searching for ways to hang on to the light. Mama's coming home tonight. There may be times when you should sit and hold her hand. You don't have to say a single word. She needs to rediscover just how much we all love her, always, forever. Well, if you need to know, I'll make it clear. I'm not going anywhere but here. I only want one life with my kids and with my wife. We'll be fine, 'cause Mama's coming home tonight. Well, she's my hero, and Mama's coming home tonight. Thank you. That's a song that was on a project I did with my friend Michael McLean called Soundtrax2Recovery. And it was an album we did to, well, it all kind of started with my son, who became addicted to methamphetamine when he was around 19. And it was really scary for us, my wife and me. And so I wrote a song for him to maybe see if I could reach him, and it really worked. And now he's fine. But we decided to make an album because I guess when you're going into rehab, there's a thing called, they have a soundtrack to their addiction. So we thought we would make this record called Soundtrax2Recovery, and just be songs that were there for people when they needed something that might get them through a moment. And originally, we were going to call the album 12 Songs for 12 Steps. But we are, Michael McLean and I are not addicts. We are recovering perfectionists and ended up with 17 songs on the record. So, yeah, it's true. So, you know, when we do an album like this, I've never done anything quite like this. I wanted to think of a way to start the CD off, and one morning I woke up and had this idea about, really the project was about the power of music and how it can affect people. And so I started thinking about how much I'm affected and moved by music, have been my whole life. And so I thought, well, this needs to be about that, and it needs to be about me, and then talk about the whole project. This is called Ain't Dead Yet. I play guitar, I like that best. I'm not a star, oh, but I've been blessed. I sing real high, that pays the rent. Some days I wonder why am I this guy, and what has all this meant? I share these tunes straight from the heart, and pretty soon you know your part in the refrain or in the verse. These aren't just my songs, I'm passing them along because I heard them first. So when your soul needs fixing and your life's a contradiction and you're burning down like a cigarette, I got songs for addiction or any old affliction, some tunes to help you with your regrets. What to remember, what to forget, 'cause you ain't dead yet. You ain't dead yet. I think I'm here for something more. It's not to steer this ship to shore or rescue those who'd rather leave. 'Cause I'm part of this crew, I'm in this boat with you, 'cause I've always believed that when your soul needs fixing and your life's a contradiction and you're burning down like a cigarette, I've got songs for addiction or any old affliction, some tunes to help you with your regrets. What to remember, what to forget, 'cause you ain't dead yet. And maybe you're wondering if this could really help. Remember, I'm singing for you and for myself. 'Cause when my soul needs fixing and my life's a contradiction, and I'm burning down like a cigarette. I've got songs for addiction or any old affliction, some tunes to help me with my regrets. What to remember, what to forget. So if you get that feeling when you hear me singing, we're not strangers but friends that haven't met. Well, it's the same back at you. Hope I'm gonna catch you humming along throughout my sets. This is my intro to what you get, 'cause you ain't dead yet. No, you ain't dead yet. No, you ain't dead yet. No, you ain't dead yet. Thank you. Well, thank you. Those were it was a really fun record to make. And Michael McLean and I became speakers at a lot of recovery conferences, which is really interesting. It was speaking in song. And one time we got asked to kick off the series, and they said, would you guys mind playing at 8 a.m.? So sure. I haven't done a lot of gigs like that, but somehow we pulled it off. Anyway, so this is the very first song that I wrote for that project. It was really just meant for my son. It's called I Don't Always Win. I'd be a liar if I said that I'm all right. There's no denying that I'm better than I've been. But every hour I'm alone, it's still a fight that I don't always win. No need to tell me what will happen if I lose. I know the hell that will await me once again. But it's a battle, that's the reason for these blues, that I don't always win. No, I don't always win. Such a sweet companion when I feel abandoned, keeps poisoning this canyon called my life. So where will you be when I go another round? Have you decided yet whose corner you'll be in? If it's a champion you think you might have found, well, I don't always win. Still that sweet companion when I feel abandoned, keeps poisoning this canyon called my life. Yeah. Do 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 do. Every victory has a cost. If I think I'm winning, I've already lost. I'd be a liar if I said that I'm all right. There's no denying that I'm better than I've been. But every hour that I'm alone, it's still a fight that I don't always win. No, I don't always win. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, music is such a powerful thing. It changed my life when I saw this little band on the Ed Sullivan Show in 1964. It's like, whoa, this is kind of a cool thing. Until then, my father always wanted me to be a musician, and I didn't really have any interest, but when I saw the Beatles, it changed my life completely. And about the only thing I haven't accomplished, because it was like 6 years later, I had a record deal in Atlantic. And the only regret is that I didn't get on the Ed Sullivan Show. I don't think that's happening. Anyway, this is a song I wrote about that magic time. It's called Beep Beep. I got the fever back in '64. Ain't felt nothing like it since, nothing like it before. That night when Lennon sang Twist and Shout, we knew what the Beatles were all about. They wrote songs that made us feel so fine. We heard them singing, and that just blew our minds. They made believers of us all that night. We let go and they sang, hold me tight. These boys could write, these boys could sing, these boys could play almost everything. They'd sing their songs, it made the young girls scream and cry. So all the boys bought a guitar and tried to sing real high. Beep, 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 yeah. 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 Oh, help me if you can. Wait a second, wait a minute, wait, that's all right. Anyway, been 50 years since I first heard those songs, but I can still listen to them all day long. Day Tripper, Nowhere Man, every damn song will make me who I am. They changed the world 'cause we were all listening. I'd give it all for one more chance just to watch them sing. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 yeah. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. Well, you know, when I started out on this journey, I was 18 for my first record. And good God, I just turned 71 in March. Wow. You know, it's an interesting age. It feels like the officially I'm old age. You know, it's like 69 was kind of cool. Yeah, I'm 69. 69 and a half, 69 and 3/4. But this is like, wow, this is really real. And I never dreamed in my wildest dreams that I'd still be playing guitar in front of people at this point. I figured. But I am, and it's still pretty great. It feels the same to me as it did when I first started. Thank you. I do miss my old partner, Rodney. Yes. And he still lives in Las Vegas. And it's just a shame that he doesn't still want to do this because he was so good. But that's okay. I'm still doing it and really enjoy it. And it's so great to have people watching. This is, during that pandemic, it was kind of weird. It's just my wife with the camera on the computer. I thought, this doesn't feel like a show at all. But, we did what we could do at that point.
It was for us. It was our closest version of live music.
Yes, which is really weird. And, I just wanted to play, and I thought, well, I don't know if anybody's going to watch. And then I realized, how important it was for people who were stuck like we were to listen to the music, even though it was kind of weird. But gosh, we've survived, and it's really great. So this song I put out about 2017. It's called I Was the One. I was the one who doubted everything, most of all doubted myself. I was the one who always avoided things, most of all asking for help. I was the one who lost all faith in the future 'cause I wasn't sure. I was the one who found believing in you was the cure. And I was the one who woke up each morning so happy I'd cry that I left the darkness behind me and you were the reason why. Oh yeah. I was the one who picked apart everyone. All I could see were the flaws. I was the one you picked to turn around, and oh, what a good turn that was. And I was the one who woke up each morning so happy I'd cry that I left the darkness behind me, and you were the reason why. And now I realize what I found in your eyes could change my life forever to my surprise. Oh, I was the one who knew it couldn't last. That's how I protected my heart. I was the one who didn't know how fast perfection could be torn apart. And I was the one who woke up each morning so happy I'd cry that I left the darkness behind me and you were the reason why. And I was the one who woke up each morning so happy I'd cry, and I never told you that I was the one who shined like the sun. Whatever I was, I'm better because, and you are the reason why. Oh yeah. Thank you. I still love singing those high notes. Well, was that the end of summer last year? I developed some really weird, some really like rare blood condition, and my blood would clot. And so I had to cancel all the shows I had in the fall. And the doctor said, this is really serious. I don't think you should go. And he said, here's the treatment I'm gonna give you. And So I went on steroids and monoclonal antibody transfusions, or infusions, I mean. And when I started the program, I asked the doctor, I go, well, how effective is this program? He goes, well, it's about 50-50. I go, okay, so what happens to the 50% that doesn't work on? He says, well, they die. It's like, oh, come on, you can tell me the truth, Doc. Come on, don't hold back. Well, it's like, whoa, okay. Well, that was a rude awakening for me. And so it's a really weird thing. I was 70 at the time and thinking, this really could be it. I mean, eventually something does get us. And, no one's immune. So I was taking heavy doses of prednisone. So I actually wrote songs on steroids, which I'd never done before. It's a good thing I didn't have to do a urine test at the end of the record. So I was thinking, wow, this, I was like buzzed out of my brains on this stuff. And so I thought, well, I should write a song about this. And I had this song going off in my head. And I said, this could like be my Happy Trails song. And I'm thinking, because I'm all freaked out. I'm going, okay, but I want to make sure I record this because this could be the last thing I ever record. And so I wrote this song. And luckily, I was in the 50% that did make it, thank goodness. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have had to have canceled this gig. I would have come back just for that. So I wrote this song, and it kind of ended up with Roy Rogers in it, because he wrote Happy Trails, and a little reference to Trigger. But it's kind of a, I'll just play it. It's called, what is it called? I'll Let Roy's Song Carry Me Home. I'm not a wannabe cowboy, and I'm not at home on the range. I like to fish, but that's about it, and cowboy hats make me feel strange. But the road took a turn that surprised me, and I'm more than just down on my luck. If I was a drinking man, I'd probably take my van down to the bar that's surrounded by trucks. But I never liked country songs much, so I can't soothe my soul in a bottle. My woman I'd never forsake. I'm not church going, and God isn't showing me where guys like me catch a break. So I'm here on this highway just driving, and I'm feeling Roy Rogers nearby. He's smiling at me and singing a melody, and I'll be damned if I know why. It kinda makes me wanna cry, and the wind is whispering a farewell all night long. But there's something comforting me in this darkness. It sounds in my head like an old country song. I stop for gas and pick up a soda. I head out onto Route 70. A deep brand of lonely got his arms around me. This ain't how the end's supposed to be, but Roy and Trigger are with me and showing the trail I should This one ain't happy as I hoped it could be, but I don't feel so all alone. I'll let Roy's song carry me home. Thank you. It was a weird time. And I don't really recommend writing songs on steroids. Wow. I'm surprised it was that slow. You know, it's great when I get to drive to gigs. I get to bring all my guitars and don't have to tune all this, because I write in so many different tunings. But that's how I learned how to talk on stage. In the old days, I never talked. We'd turn our back on the audience and tune. It was so rude. Don't know why. This song was written back in 2011 with my friend Michael McLean. And I remember, you know, we never know when songs are going to come. They just come. It's so odd. I remember I was playing this record that was about to be done for a publicity lady. And so I played her the record and said, oh, that's great. You know, I'll be mastering it soon. And then I had this guitar in my hand, and my fingers just started going. So I said, I think you need to go. I think there's a song coming here. So I don't want it to be a co-write, so you can't be in the room. So the song did come, and it became the title tune on the record. So it's just such a trip. And that line in that song that I sang earlier was, you know, we don't really know where the songs come from, and we don't really own them, but songwriters get to hear them first. And then it's our great privilege to write them and craft them so folks like you can hear them. Otherwise, you'd never hear the song. So what a weird thing. Knowing I'm not on steroids or I'm not high right now. It's just how I think. This is called Don't Give Up on Dreams. I've been looking for a reason to rise each day. Something worth believing to get me on my way. Try to find some inspiration day and night. Trying so hard to keep from wasting this part of my life. Then a momentary but extraordinary thought came oh so very strong to me, that I might try digging up some dreams that I had buried when I gave up on dreams. When I gave up on dreams. Spent a lot of time chasing that elusive dream career. I was always racing to get richer every year. Dreams about the legacy I'd leave this world, right beside the dream about a true and perfect girl. She'd be luminary, and someday we would marry, and her light would carry me for years. And that dream came true until the day she slipped away. Then, well, I gave up on dreams. The only dreams I had worth dreaming were with that woman by my side. I thought if I gave up on dreams, my heart could run. rise up each day. Something worth believing to get me on my way. Funny that it shined a light subconsciously. 'Cause she appeared in a dream last night and said to me, oh my love, don't give up on dreams just because it seems you're all alone and I'm not there. Since our only time together's when you're dreaming, don't give up on dreams. Ooh, don't give up on dreams. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I never did. Well, I've been doing, during the pandemic, I never had that much time to write and record, so I did actually put out 4 things from 20 to 23. And God, it was really weird when I first went back out on the road. I thought, God, I have to stop recording. This is kind of weird. I was so into this groove of recording and writing. It was so great. But this is really great, too. I mean, but I can't wait to get back and record somewhere. So anyway, this is a song that's on my newest EP. So I during the pandemic, you know, I thought, you know, it's kind of important to me, and since so many people listen digitally, that I put out like 2 songs when they're done. So from like the idea to the writing to the recording was probably around a month and a half for both songs. And I put them out because I thought, you know, it's really cool to hear a song about what's happening right now and not wait for a year and a half or 2 years to put it out because it may not have the same impact. So I started doing that, and then I put together EPs because I didn't want to wait to have enough for a CD. So I started making EPs, which I find are really cool because sometimes I get CDs with 17 songs on them, and by about the 9th song, I'm ready to turn on sports radio or something. It's because it just seems like it just goes on and on and on. But with an EP of 5 or 6 songs, it's like, wow, I'd like to hear that again. So I'm not hyping you into buying my EPs, but that's how I feel about it. So I just put out a new one. And when I wrote the last song, the one before that, the Roy song, I wanted to find something that was appropriate that kind of go with the lyric. And so I went on a Google search and found this Roy Rogers jacket, his real shirt jacket, and it's beautifully embroidered. And it was in the, and he had his Martin guitar, and it was taken at the Martin Museum. And I said, gosh, that is the picture that I couldn't splice my head on the suit. It didn't look right, so I just put it at the top of the suit. And I had to license it, and which I'm happy to do. And so that became the cover. And this is one of the songs that's been actually being played on the radio, which is still fun to hear. And I spent about an hour and a half at Roots Radio yesterday. And that was a lot of fun. Thank you, John, for having me. And, you know, radio is so different than it was when I was a kid. It was like KHJ in Los Angeles. If you were on KHJ, you were hot. But now it's so fragmented, and it's great to be on lots of channels that people would never hear before because now everything's streamed. So now it's great. And one of the first times Batdorf and Rodney records got back on the radio was when XM Radio came out. A guy named Mike Marone and Earl Bailey were big fans, and they actually burnt CDs from the records because there were no CDs out at the time. And I thought that was pretty darn cool. And so it's really great that they're still playing a lot of the old stuff, but they're also playing a lot of the new stuff, which is encouraging to me. Because I know how it is when you grow up and you have songs you really like, and when the artists try to play something new, a lot of people don't care to hear it. But I'm really happy that I'm still writing and recording, and it's nice to have all these new songs that hopefully I'll have more and more. Hopefully, if I keep hold my mouth right, I guess it'll be okay. So this is a song called "Dark Wind Blowin'." My head is down, searching for refuge. The leaves are trickling in the wind. Coat buttoned up, feet sloshing in the rain, and marching to this battle hymn. I must be lost, don't know just how lost I am. The landmarks all have disappeared. I cry for help, but all the leaves just fly around. They just don't want to hear. They just don't want to hear. Dark wind blowing, tossing my spirit all around. In the cyclone, how am I supposed to reach the ground? Gotta reach the ground, yeah. A soul on fire, burning in the freezing wind. Earth and water take me there. I thought the flight was all I wanted then. Now I can't land and say a prayer. No, I can't land and say a prayer. Dark wind blowing, tossing my spirit all around. In the cyclone, how am I supposed to reach the ground? Oh, dark wind blowing, it's tossing my spirit all around. In the cyclone, how am I supposed to reach the ground? Gotta reach the ground, gotta reach the ground, yeah. Thank you. Well, thanks a lot. I think I'll do that. Yeah, let me do one more first, and I'll play Famous Enough to end the first set, and I'll come back and play all my good songs, so don't leave. You know, I've told this many times, but you know, my father was a musician, and when I was young, he said, "Well, son, if you're going to be a musician, there's one thing you have to learn." So I'm thinking, okay, what's that? I thought it was some profound thing. He says, when you're done playing, are they clapping because you're good or because you're done? And it's true. I'm sorry, I've actually done both. So usually this is a new song, was on my last EP. And as songwriters, you know, we love it when we write a song that kind of is like an earworm for somebody, and they're thinking about it on the way home. And so, and the song kind of developed into something a little bit deeper, is that as songwriters, you know, eventually when we're not here anymore, we are so blessed to have recorded so much music that we can leave behind. So the hook line at the end is, when I'm gone, the song's still here, and they'll always be here, and we're very thankful for that. So it goes like this. I saved my finest love song till now, right at the end of the show. Oh, which one you remember most on your way back home? I'll sing it now before I must go. The bridge will link us together and help us carry on our own stairway to heaven. But this one's not that long, so listen for the part that says I love you. Sing it when I've gone away. Remember just how much I hope to stay. Think about the hook that keeps repeating. This will be the tune to dry those tears when I'm gone. This song still here. I have been waiting for just the perfect time, and that perfect moment is here. This is the song that is only yours and mine, our special music souvenir. The bridge will link us together and help us carry on our own stairway to heaven. But this one's not that long, so listen for the part that says I love you. Sing it when I've gone away. Remember just how much I hope to stay. Think about the hook that keeps repeating. This will be the tune to dry those tears when I'm gone. The song still here. This is the one that comes straight from the heart, and it will never leave you when we're apart. Listen for the part that says I love you. Sing it when I've gone away. Remember just how much I hope to stay. Think about the hook that keeps repeating. This will be the tune to dry those tears when I'm gone. The song still here. Oh, when I'm gone, the song still here. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. So somebody asked me to play this, and I will. You know, you never know where song ideas are coming from. So I was talking to my songwriting partner, and we're just talking about our lives, kind of reflecting. And we thought, we both had separate careers and careers together with all the songs we've written. But, we just came up with the thing that, we weren't really, really successful, but we were successful enough. All of a sudden, it was bingo, okay, there's a song here. I said, but successful is hard to sing. What if we say famous enough? And so that's where the song started. And it's really just a song about, people ask me, what do you do? I go, well, I'll sing this tune for you, and you'll find out. It's the Reader's Digest version of it, but it's kind of says it. So I'm going to do this and take a little break. It's always scary to play new songs. I practice them in my room 4 hours, but nobody's staring at me. Yeah, I know. I need people. I remember I did this really weird gig once. This is one of the weirdest gigs ever I did. It was at the. I got a call from Scientology, and they said, "But we'd like you to record a song about L. Ron Hubbard." And I just said, well, "Okay, where are we cutting it? And he goes, well, we're going to cut it at our place here in Hemet, California. I go, why the heck is it way out there? And he goes, well, we have our studio there. And I said, well, there's plenty of studios in LA. They go, no, we're going to do it here. So I go, oh, what the heck? So they're going to pay me really well. So I went out there, and I didn't really know much about Scientology, and I'm not trying to diss it or anything, but I got to the gate to get in, and the people were dressed in sailor suits. And I thought, okay, am I at the base, or is this the place I'm supposed to be? And they said, no, come on in. So so I'm already feeling kind of weird. You know, I survived the Manson whole thing, so it's like, this is a little weird to me. And so I pull my car over, and I start to lock my car, and these two other people come out in sailor suits and go, there's no need. There's no need. So now I'm really getting freaked out. So they said, come on in, we've prepared you a feast. I'm going, okay, this is getting weirder by the minute. And there's a guy standing there, all these sailor people standing there looking at this food. And I said, you know, I'm really not that hungry. Do you have anything in a can? And so I survived it. It took forever. But the thing was cool about that is that it was a really incredible studio, but a really creepy gig. And they had the audience painted on the wall. And I thought, well, that is so cool to be out there singing. You get people looking at you. They weren't in sailor suits. They were just regular people. So they called me back and said, you know, we really liked what you did, man. Would you mind coming back? And I said, you know, I'm really busy, but I know a guy. And he got the gig and then called me and go, why did you send me there? It's pretty weird. Anyway, so this is called Famous Enough. I never had a million-selling record or a song that topped the charts, but I was touched by an angel, and my music touched some hearts. I wasn't the biggest rock star out there, but I shared the stage with some. I sang my heart out every show, and man, did I have fun. And I often hear folks ask me why I didn't soar much higher, and I have a very honest answer. I never got paid the mega bucks, but I was famous enough. Yes, I was famous enough. I never had a private limo driver, but the story that I tell, I drove myself to the Oscars, then I sang with Adele. I signed a record deal with Atlantic and was welcomed to the fold. They gave me a new guitar I used in my soul shows. Still, I'm often hear folks ask me why I spend my life freelancing, and I have a very honest answer. I really liked being my own boss, 'cause I was famous enough. When we started our family near 40 years ago, no fans would hang out round our door, but I kept writing songs in between all the little league. How could I ask for more? My fame never turned me into something I know that I am not. I never longed for something that I've not already got. When I started out on this journey, I never really knew that I'd have friends come out to hear what I still love to do. And I'm often hear folks ask me why I love to sing so much, and I'm 'cause I was famous enough. Guess I was famous enough. 'Cause her belly plays my stuff. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Well, I'm going to take a little break here and sell some CDs, I hope. Maybe even a few EPs.
I will turn it back over to John, and he'll entertain us some more. Thank you.
Well, thanks for sticking around. I had to. And thanks for buying some CDs. That's great. Next time I come here, I'm going to bring some CD players so people will buy more CDs. It's so weird. My wife and I each have cars that have CD players in them. And I have no idea why they don't have them in all the cars anymore. But there was a story that I heard. That's what I heard. I heard that XM made a deal with all the car companies and said, we'll give you a free year if you quit putting CDs in the car. I don't know if that's true. It could be fake news. I have no idea. Sounds good enough to me, though. So, let me go back many, many years. This goes back to 1971. That I made this record with Mark Rodney, who is still living in Las Vegas. And he's not doing well. I've encouraged him to play his guitar because he's so good at it. Because he has no joy, and I know that playing the guitar the way he plays it would bring him joy, and I can't talk him into it. So anyway, I'll dedicate this set to Mark. Never thought that life would be the way it turned out to be. How was I to know? How was I to know? Roads leading everywhere to places meant for learning. A never-ending flow. Let me go. Let me go. Judgment Day is every day, temptation's always yearning. Living high to low, living high to low. Today should be my best day, all my yesterdays are burning. We never cease to grow, let me go, let me go. me go, let me go. Smile when tomorrow comes, and let there be no morning. Make the darkness go, let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go. Those are such fun records to make, gosh. We were so stinking young. But you know what? We were ready. And that's what you gotta be when you get the chance, is ready. I'll never forget, I met Mark in Las Vegas. We were just both there on a whim. I was freeloading off my girlfriend's parents in Las Vegas. And he was freeloading off his dad in Las Vegas. And we met at this coffee shop at the University of Las Vegas. And, you know, at first, I didn't really want to meet anybody. I didn't want to be in a band. I'd already been in bands, and I was tired of being in bands. And he was very insistent about jamming with me. So one night, he came up on stage, and I thought, wow, this guy's pretty good. He's, maybe we should work out a few songs. So we worked out all the songs that I had written from about age 15. Because I just turned 18 then, and we used to practice all the time. And we got so popular in Las Vegas, I told Mark, I said, we need to go back to LA because I think we can get a deal. So we got four of us, and we went back to LA, and I called Ahmet Ertegun, who was at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and said, hey, Ahmet, it's John. Got this new thing I'd love you to hear. And he goes, yeah, come on over. So, I mean, nothing happened like that nowadays. So we were at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and it was these beautiful cottages with 4 and 5 bedrooms in them, and each one of his meetings would be in a different room, and we were sitting in this room waiting for Ahmet to come in. So he comes in, he sits on the bed across from us, and he says, well, what do you guys do? And I said, well, let's show you. So we started playing Oh My Surprise, and which is the first song on the first album. And he actually jumped up off the bed about halfway through it and was saying, I love you guys, I want to sign you guys, I want to take you to Muscle Shoals and make a record. And we thought, okay, that went really well. And so I thought, well, this is great. I thought Muscle Shoals was in Malibu. I had no idea it was in Alabama. So we're walking out of there, and Mark goes, who the hell was that guy? I said, oh, he's the president of Atlantic, and we're getting a deal, man. It's pretty funny. Down deep inside of me, my dream is that I'd like to be on the way back to where I came from. But all of the fright in me, making things so hard to see, it's seeming like I'm always on the run. So oh, can you tell me where a friend might find a home? Can you brighten up my day? Please, can you tell me where a friend might find a home? I need a place where I can stay. I need a chance to settle down today. So many signs around, leading to another town, another place that I can give a try. The sunlight is burning down, it's hot enough to make you drown, and the water I've been saving's almost dry. So oh, can you tell me where a friend might find a home? Can you brighten up my day? Please, can you tell me where a friend might find a home? I need a place where I can stay. I need a chance to settle down today. And I feel like hiding away. Ooh, hope that the time is near when I won't have to live in fear or think about the place I'll be tonight. Watch for the skies to clear, leading all my friends to here, helping me and making things alright. So oh, can you tell me where a friend might find a home? Can you brighten up my day? Please, can you tell me where a friend might find a home? I need a place where I can stay. I need a chance to settle down today. Thank you. Thank you. Well, gosh, recorded a lot of songs. Somebody asked me at the break, how do you remember the lyrics? Sometimes I don't. It happens. I figure in baseball, though, if you can get a hit, one time out of three, if I miss a few lyrics, it's still okay. Well, someone asked me if I would play a song I haven't played in a really long time. So I'll test that theory right now. Wrote this when I was in LA. And, I've always had kind of this Pollyanna kind of vision of life, and I've always tried to look for the good. As you probably have heard some of the songs are like that. So this one was one of those songs. I was just hoping for a better day, and hopefully I won't screw it up. I'll make up this bridge. Well, that's good changes. I like that. One day, I'm sure we'll all be happy. Peace will soon find everyone. And one day, we'll wake up in the morning. All our troubles will be gone. Let's make the best of things. I know we can get by. Try and keep our heads up high. One day, the world will be much brighter. Smiles will lighten every day. And one day, we'll sing our songs together of the joy that's here to stay. Let's make the best of things. I know we can get by. Try and keep our heads up high. One day, I'm sure we'll all be happy. Well, talk about being out in the tightrope there. Woo! Well, back in the old days, we never really made any money. But we didn't care. I mean, I know it sounds kind of dumb, but we didn't care. We just wanted to make music, and I was the guy who wrote all the songs. From a very early age, I just heard melodies and lyrics. It's a good thing I turned into a musician, because I didn't get put in an insane asylum, because I hear this thing. Yeah. Can you hear it? I'll play it for you. So this song was we lived in a band house. The whole band and my girlfriend, who was not my wife, who in September I'll be married to my wife, Melanie, 50 years, which is great. I'm no dummy. I did good, and I knew it. I haven't heard her say that about me yet, but she's still there, so it's got to be okay. So we had a lot of friends that had jobs that were like a Jack in the Box and stuff like that, where we could, buy a taco and get a whole bag full of food. And we did, And we also knew a guy who worked at the movies. So this guy would sneak us in the back door, and we would go, and we thought it was pretty cool that we could go see movies for free. And this particular movie, we kind of got stoned a lot back then. I didn't, but a lot of guys around me did. I might have had a contact high a couple times. No, I never did. No, I never did inhale. So we were really stoned one night and went to see this movie that was we thought was a Western. It was called Johnny Got His Gun. Sound like a shoot 'em up kind of show, and it's a lot different than we thought. So it was such a weird movie. It was so incredibly powerful. Timothy Bottoms was in it. And I was so freaked out at the end of that movie. I thought, oh my God, that was one of the most powerful things I've ever seen in my life. So I went home and I thought, I have to write a song, but I don't want it to be sad like that. Musically, I want it to be upbeat. And so I wrote this song, and it was on the second Batdorf Rodney album. It's called All I Need. I used to be a baker man, feeding all the world with the bread of life, and living for my girl. All I need is a piece of life, and all I need is the time, and all I need is to hear a sound, but all I go is down. I used to be a soldier boy, fighting for my world, a superficial cause, and soon my fate was hurled. All I need is a piece of life, and all I need is the time, and all I need is to hear a sound, and all I go is down. Dream of places I remember, my only world's my mind. See the faces my thoughts render, only visions of the blind. All I need is a piece of life, and all I need is the time, and all I need is to hear a sound, but all I go is down. Thank you. Well, if you have a request, I can try to play it, but I'm not promising anything, but not all at once, though, please. Which one? Judas Priest? Yeah, I'm working on that. That's coming. That's coming. That's another one. My goodness, I haven't played that forever. I'll screw that up really bad. I think I'll stay away from that guy. I'll do Willoughby. I have to tune up to a tuning. Let me just do a couple more tunes and I'll do that. I'll try it. Because when I was young, I loved TV. So this is a song. Where I live, we live at 4,000 feet in the high desert right below the Cascade Mountains. And it's an absolutely stunning place. We live on the Deschutes River. And it's just fantastic. The only thing is we are surrounded by trees. And sometimes in the summer, we have a lot of lightning strikes that burns a lot of trees, and which is horrible because I hate to go see the scorched earth where the beauty was there. So one year, this was 2017, I think, we had forest fires all around us. It was terrible. You couldn't go outside. And that was right at the time when Guardians of the Galaxy 2 came out. And the song Wham Bam from the Silver record got in there, and I thought, wow, that's kind of cool. I hated that song, but I'm starting to like it now. It's so incredible to go into this theater and watch it played on the big screen. It just freaked me out. And I thought, it'd be kind of cool if I had my guitar and just kind of stood up and started singing along with it. It probably wouldn't have been so good. So I thought, and I was watching this YouTube page of Wham Bam, and was, got up to 10 million views, and I thought, oh my God, that's sick. It was just crazy. And to think that it was, like 42 years earlier than that. And so I thought, I hate to miss the moment, so I recorded an acoustic version of it. And it was kind of cool. I thought, I can play this in the set, and it doesn't sound as dumb as the record did. And so I made that, and then it was still smoky. And I thought, okay, I'm not going anywhere. I think I should keep going. So I started thinking about some of the songs that I had written and recorded. Some were mine, some weren't. And I wanted to kind of revisit them because I couldn't do anything else. My studio was there. It wasn't smoky in there. And so I went back and picked a bunch of songs that I kind of, since I was 18 to 20, that I thought I'd do some mature versions of the songs. That was supposed to be a joke. I guess I won't use that anymore. So anyway, I started going through all these songs, and I did Somewhere in the Night, which was the last record we put out. And I thought, God, it's such a great song. And then I started thinking, well, what about some of the early Batdorf and Rodney songs? And so I did this one, and I wanted to make them a little bit different than they were. And again, this is that part of my psyche that always is so positive, tries to stay positive. And this is about music. I wrote this when I was 18. And I'll try not to screw it up. This could be that one of those lyrics might just not come out right. But that's okay. I'm still batting .666. You are the one that I'm dreaming of, making sadness beauty, telling stories of love. And you're everywhere, and you're everything to me. And you are the one that I'm living for, making rain, making wind, making sea touch the shore. And you're everywhere, and you're everything to me. You are the one one that turns day into night, making birds wake the sun, breaking darkness with light. And you're everything, and you're everywhere I see. And you are the one, you know, that feeds me each day, making shelter from the cold, giving me a place to lay. And you're everything, and you're everywhere I see. You are the one, and you keep me laughing in the morning, through the night. And you are the one, and you keep me smiling, telling me wrong and what is right. Do 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 do. But do 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 do. There was this mistake. Music's here for us to love each day, making friends with everybody, chasing worries away. So go out and find someone to sing with you. It's such a lovely morning. Let's sing away the dew. You are the one that I'm dreaming of, making sadness beauty, telling stories of love. Music's everywhere, music's everything to me. You are the one, and you keep me laughing in the morning, through the night. And you are the one, and you keep me smiling, telling me wrong and what is right. And you are the one, and you keep me laughing in the morning, through the night. And you are the one, and you keep me smiling, telling me wrong and what is right. Thank you. Of course, kind of gets up there at the end there. So I want to do another one that was on the first Batdorf Rodney album. It's the first cut on side 2. It was a big thing back then. What do we start side 1 with? What do we end side 1 with? And what will that lead to on side 2? So when CDs came out, we didn't have to worry about that anymore. So this is a song that we actually cut in LA. I thought we had finished our record in Muscle Shoals, and Ahmet said, I think you need to write some more songs. And he says, I don't think we're there yet, and I want you to not try to write hits. I want you to write what you feel. This is coming from a record president guy. I'm thinking, okay, cool. You know, I'm 18. I'm thinking I'd write something deep. So I wrote this song. I wrote me and my guitar, and Let Me Go, and he was pleased, and we got to put out a record. So on this particular cut and the other 2 cuts, we had Chris Etheridge on the bass and John Barbada on the drums. And it was fun. Smiling all the time was the only way to fight the crying that was here today. Steal the tears that were meant to be. Continue drowning hope inside of me. Don't you hear me calling? Won't you answer me? Can't you see me falling? Oh Lord, set me free. I tell myself that it's just the day, and the night will take my pain away. What's the price for me to buy some time? All I need is just some peace of mind. Don't you hear me calling? Won't you answer me? Can't you see me falling? Oh Lord, set me free. And now I'm looking back to ways I could have gone. I've traveled everywhere looking for the dawn. Smiling all the time was the only way to fight the crying that was here today. Steal the tears that were meant to be. Continue drowning hope inside of me. Don't you hear me calling? Won't you answer me? Can't you see me calling? Oh Lord, set me free. Don't you hear me calling? Won't you answer me? Can't you see me falling? Oh Lord, set me free. Oh Lord, set me free. Oh Lord, set me free. Thank you. So, what am I going to do here? I'm working my way up to Willoughby. I have all these different tunings I love to write in. It always helps to remember the tuning when you start to play the song. And whether you have a capo on or not. I've started songs like, 2 steps too high. I thought, okay, I'm really screwed here. I'm not going to hit that high note. I'll just go for it anyway. Yeah, that's right. So this song I didn't write, and I wish I would have. It's such a beautiful song. And Clive Davis wanted us to have a hit so bad. He was different than Ahmet Ertegun. He thought we were a hit away from being a pretty big act. So we found this song. Found 2 songs. He found this song and Wham Bam. The originally was going to be a Batdorf Rodney song. Thank God it wasn't. But this song I really loved, and it's written by Richard Kerr, and it's such a 70s. If any of you out there are old enough to remember the 70s. But there was a big war on this song because we recorded it, and Helen Reddy wanted to put it out. And her version was not so hot. Because it's a very passionate song, and that wasn't her thing. Yes. And so our record came out, and we were number 80 the first week, and it was beautifully arranged, strings. And then her husband, Jeff Wald, her manager, got so ticked off and called all the radio stations and said, if you don't play Helen Reddy's version, then we're never giving you another Helen Reddy record. And I thought, well, that means that we're going to have a hit, because why would they care? Well, she had more power than we thought. And so we kind of canceled each other's record out, and eventually Barry Manilow had the hit. Oh, Barry, you deserve a break today, Barry. But it's a beautiful song, and I thought I needed to do it acoustically because it's so nice. So it's called Somewhere in the Night. It's funny, my neighbor said that, this is a guy who was a really straight guy, he'd been in the Navy, and he told me he took acid several hundred times. I went, oh my God, never would have thunk it. And then he said he met his wife at a Barry Manilow concert, and I went, oh my God, he's on acid, and he went to see Barry Manilow. Woo! It just doesn't seem to, I don't know. Time, you found time enough to love. I found love enough to hold you. Tonight, we'll stir the fire and feel inside until the flames of love enfold you. Laying beside you, lost in the feeling. So glad you opened my door. Come with me. Somewhere in the night we will know everything lovers can know. You're my song. Music to magic to end. I'll play you over and over again. Loving so warm, moving so right, closing our eyes and feeling the light. We'll just go on burning bright somewhere in the night. You'll sleep when the morning comes, and I'll lie and watch you sleeping, and you'll smile when you dream about the night, like it's a secret you've been keeping. Laying beside you, lost in the feeling. So glad you opened my door. Come with me. Somewhere in the night we will know everything lovers can know. You're my song. Music to magic to end. I'll play you over and over again. Loving so warm, moving so right, closing our eyes and feeling the light. We'll just go on burning bright somewhere. Loving so warm, moving so right, closing our eyes I just think that it's such a beautiful song. If you ever get a chance to go on YouTube and look up the Batdorf and Rodney version, it's quite good. The string arrangement was fantastic. The weird part about it was Clive Davis didn't know a whole lot about us. And we did the version and sent it to him. He says, this sounds like a solo record. I want Mark to sing unison with you. Because he kind of envisioned this like Simon and Garfunkel, which were so far from the path we were on. So we tried it with Mark, and that wasn't Mark's gift. And this is kind of what broke up the band, actually. But he still wanted it to be a duet because he thought it was going to be such a hit. And so he had David Pomerantz, who was a singer-songwriter at the time, be Rodney, and sang what Mark was supposed to sing, but was unable to do it. And I think that would have freaked me out if I'd have been him, too. And that was kind of it. And so I still love the song. It's such a beautiful song. So I'm going to do the song Willoughby. And the way I wrote this song, I mean, when I was a kid, I watched Twilight Zone all the time. I thought it was so great. I still watch them. I've seen them like a million times, but they're still so well written and just great. And one of my favorite shows was the one Next Up, Willoughby. And it's about this guy who is an advertising guy, and he works for his father-in-law. And he's just completely stressed out. He can't stand his life anymore, and his wife is horrible, just all over him all the time. And they call him a loser and all this stuff. So he gets on this train to go home. And after he had a big fight with the father-in-law, and kind of got fired, and he wakes up, and the conductor goes, "Next stop, Willoughby." And he goes, "Wow, Willoughby? What's Willoughby?" He goes, "It's where a man can become full measure." And he looks outside, and there's all these people just enjoying their life. It's way back in an earlier time. And then he went back to where he worked with his wife, and it was so bad that he had to get on the train again. And he went back and ended up going back to Willoughby. He was asleep, obviously. But he woke up, and there he was, and this time he got off the train and spent the rest of his life in Willoughby. Because it was just a place you couldn't resist. So when my wife and I were looking for a place to live after living in LA for 50 years, my wife was born there, we went to this place called Eagle Crest in Central Oregon, and it was in May. And we went to this place. We were just driving and go, "Oh my gosh, look at this. The place is so incredible." And I said to my wife, I said, "This is friggin' Willoughby. I think we found Willoughby." And it really has turned out to be Willoughby. So I was so inspired and wrote this song about it, and don't play it very much, but I'm going to play it right now. When I was young, I loved TV. It took me places, set me free. And every week my mind was blown in the twilight zone. It took me one more step beyond, far beyond where I had ever gone. Oh, I loved every episode in the twilight zone. How could I be so affected? Why did this show so connect with me? So well produced, so well directed, star stories with such scary endings. Except this story of a man who worked as hard as three men can. But his world came crashing down. He was lost in his hometown. Changed directions, leading southbound on this mystery train. When he awoke upon reflection, he felt like his old self again. All of a sudden things had changed. Seems the world's been rearranged. And he felt happy as can be in this place called Willoughby. Smiling faces, no more rain. Wouldn't trade this, not for anything. Never forgot that storyline and how it so reflected mine. For 40 years I stayed around, now I'm lost in my hometown. So we took a leap of faith, moved on to another place. Now we're happy as can be, 'cause we found our Willoughby. Yes, we're happy as can be, oh yeah, 'cause we're here in Willoughby. We're as happy as can be. A friend of mine shot a video of that where we were shooting at very different places, in a library and where I live, and by a lake, and we wanted to shoot by the Deschutes River because it's so incredible. It's in a big gorge, and the opening is, he just says, "Can you back up a little bit farther?" And I was like, it's about 1 inch from going over the side. I think I'm just about as far as I can go. But it came out great. And we had one shot we wanted to do, and it was so smoky that time of year. We wanted to do a drone shot. So this guy was I said, "Look, I'm going to New York tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it." So that afternoon, the wind came up and blew the smoke out, so we got our little drone shot, which is so cool. So I'm going to do a couple more tunes, and then I fly back to Oregon tomorrow morning and get back into my pickleball league. I love pickleball. It's a sick sport in a good way. People keep telling me to write a song. I go, nah, Willoughby's about as far as I can go. I don't know how you could sing pickleball without laughing. I can't play without laughing, so it's so great. I used to play racquetball when I was younger, and I played for 35 years. And when I moved to Oregon, I heard about this new game that people were playing, and I go, I'll try it. It seemed a little. I heard it was really like just for old people that hit the ball over the net back and forth. Well, the old people thing was right, but as we've gone on, I've been playing now 7 years and been in several tournaments, which I love to do. And we have our particular Eagle Crest has a league, and we are challenging all the other leagues. And after 3 weeks, we're in first place, so that's great. So it's still early. So back in the pandemic, it was lots of dark times. So I wrote this song because it made me feel like eventually it would be okay. called Hope is Everywhere. If the wreckage that's before us has a chance to be repaired, it will take the ones who are patient and prepared to restore what has been broken with a vision for much more, making it much better than before. Not enough to be reclaiming, it's as good as it once was. The past might forget, but the future never does. Who knows what will spark the engine that'll drive us to our dreams and beyond to destinies we've never seen. Don't believe the voices saying it's beyond our reach. Don't believe the fear no matter where it's been preached. And don't believe that there is no way we can make it there. Don't despair. Don't despair. Hope is everywhere. Hope is everywhere. Well, you might think that it's crazy to believe that hope's alive. It's taken every hit, and yet it still survives. Not drowned by all the rivers, not imprisoned by the cells. A story each new generation tells. Don't believe the voices saying it's beyond our reach. Don't believe the fear no matter where it is preached. And don't believe that there is no way we can make it there. Don't despair. Don't despair. Hope is everywhere. Hope is everywhere. Though it's everywhere, hope cannot be bought or sold. And those who choose to give it up just get angry and get old. Though we'll never find it by mocking what it means, dismissing the joy, oh, and killing the dreams. If the wreckage that's before us has a chance to be repaired, I believe that hope will get us there. Don't believe the voices saying it's beyond our reach. Don't believe the fear no matter where it is preached. And don't believe that there is no way we can make it there. Don't despair. Don't despair. Hope is everywhere. Hope is everywhere. I still believe that hope will get us there. I still believe it, doggone it. Well, I want to thank you for coming out, and I want to thank the Focal Point for having me here. I think I've been coming here since about 2006 or so. And I wanted to thank Roots Radio for helping promote this and having me on the radio. I was staying with someone in Colombia, and I was coming back and forth so much, I think I could drive 70 blindfolded now. I kept being tempted. There was a wine tasting room halfway out in the middle of nowhere. I thought, probably not. So thanks so much. It has really been quite a ride. And hopefully it'll continue. So this is a song that I usually end my shows with. It's something that kind of put me and Mark on the map. And recorded in '72. And then when I started recording again in 2004, I started playing live again because I've been in TV work for so many years and sang on commercials and records and did scoring for Touch My Angel and Promised Land, and I thought that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And when that ended, I started recording again. And people kept asking me to play Home Again live. I go, God, I don't think I can do it. It's kind of a band kind of thing. And so I came up with this version that I started playing, and I thought I would record it on my first full-length CD. And I was going to up to St. George to do a gig and stop by and see Mark. I hadn't seen Mark in over 30 years. And we thought it was probably time to bury the hatchet, and not on each other's backs, but just, 30 years, things get better. And so I was there with my brother-in-law, who was our road manager and sound guy the whole time, and my wife's sister. And we met with Mark, and we thought, oh, this is so great. He started showing pictures of his family and everything. We thought, wow, we've been real jerks to alienate each other like this. So I said, listen, I got this new version of Home Again. It'd be really cool if you'd come to my house in LA and play on it. And he got really excited about it. And I said, there's a couple other tunes you could probably play on as well. So he comes down to LA, and we started playing in the little studio of mine. And I mean, it was that magic thing that was there in the beginning, and it was so great. I thought, oh, this is fantastic. And then I was wondering, why do we ever split up? And then a few days later, I figured out why. It's really hard to go back home. It was fun for a couple of days, but finally we had to tell Mark, you don't live here. You need to go back to Las Vegas. So I talked him into going on the road for a while, and he did it. And the last show we were supposed to do was in 2019 at Wildwood Springs Lodge. We were supposed to do a show with Brewer and Shipley. And he called me the day he was coming to Oregon to fly with me that he wasn't going to come. And that was kind of the end. It was just like, wow. So anyway, I did want to dedicate this set to Mark, and I wish he'd pick up his guitar and play. He's so good, so good. Almost. Good enough. Opened up, the daylight found me sitting underneath an old tree. Clearing up what once was cloudy, knowing most of all I'm happy. I've waited for this day. I am home again. And all my life, you helped me direction facing. Now I'm sought instead of chasing. Time to slow down, no more racing. Spend some life at home, embracing. All my life I've waited for this day. I am home again. All my life you helped me find the way. I am home again. Nothing in the air but singing. Music plays in harmony. Everything around is ringing. Oh, happiness at last found me. Happiness at last found me. Happiness at last found me. Oh, happiness at last found me. All my life I've waited for this day. I am home again. All my life you helped me find the way. I am home again. Whew. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for coming. Thanks for supporting places like this. This place is great. Thank you. Well, you want to hear one more? What the heck? Thanks. I'll do one more. It's either this or the Quality Inn. I think I like to go here. Yeah. Well, I did a record which really got me back to recording again with James Lee Stanley, who I met in the 70s. And then he moved up to Santa Cruz. I hadn't seen him for years. And right when my TV stuff was ending, I get a call from James, and he goes, "Hey, man, how you been?" I go, "Great." Says, "Be interested in making a record with me?" And I go, "God, I'm doing TV stuff now." And he goes, "Well, I have this idea. I'd like to do like early Rolling Stones songs done acoustically, kind of like if Crosby, Stills and Nash had done them, or if Keith and Mick would have been born in California." I go, "Well, that should be okay, and let's give it a shot." So he says, "We'll be done in a month." And he had this book about how he was going to sell 50,000 in 6 months, and came up a little short on that one. But we started making this record and actually got done with it 7 months after we started, because it was just started getting so darn good. We thought, gosh, might be onto something here. And so we got done with it and sent it out to a bunch of different radio stations, and XM was one of them. And Mike Marone from The Loft saw it come in. He goes, "Oh, great. John did a record with this guy James." And first song is Painted Black. He goes, "Oh, they did a Stones song." Second song is Ruby Tuesday. "Oh, they did another Stones song. I think there's a trend here." So what was great is all of a sudden they said, first it was going to take months to even have them listen to it. It was on the radio. They were playing every cut from the record, and we thought, wow, we had no idea. And so that's when I started going back out on the road and got inspired to start writing again. I'm really happy I did. But this is the first song I recorded with James. It was one of my favorite songs, and feel free to sing along. She would never say where she came from. Yesterday don't matter if it's gone. While the sun is bright, or in the darkest night, no one knows. Comes and goes. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still, I'm gonna miss you. Don't question why she needs to be so free. She'll tell you it's the only way to be. She just can't be chained to a life where nothing's gained and nothing's lost at such a cost. There's no time to lose, I heard her say. Catch your dreams before they slip away. Dying all the time. Lose your dreams and you will lose your mind. Ain't life unkind? Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still, I'm gonna miss you. Oh, goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Thank you very much. Drive safe. Thanks for coming.